Hi, this is a quick guide on how to play my deck, Fairy Forest. Let's take a look at the deck profile. First, we have our finisher. It is Cynthia, it is a 6 cost. This deck peaks at turn 6, turn 7. This is where we do most majority of damage. And we'll usually win around 6, 7, 8. If we don't win around that time, we'll probably lose. That's a-okay. Our goal is to build up fairies, to play fairies, and then on turn 6, we play Cynthia, we increase our fairy's damage by 2, and then we just go face all the time. To control the board, this is important, is Archer. Whenever you play a follower, which will do a lot, we can deal 1 damage to enemy follower. If you evolve her, we can deal 1 damage to 2 enemy followers, very useful. Another great card is Shipper's Keeper. So she doesn't do anything on herself, but when you evolve her, we can look at the top 4 cards, pick a 2 cost, and play it for free. So it is a very useful card. Note, however, that it says to place it into the X area first. That's important. I'll tell you why later. So, to repeat, this is our finisher, this is our control card, this is a very good card. Now, what about the rest? The rest are cards used to play fairies on the field. And we also have this card, which is we can turn our fairies into machine guns, but we need to play fairies first. So that's about it. Let us shuffle and let's play a mock game just to see how it works. Now, we can see that the first player will have 0 evolution points and the second player will have 3 evolution points. Evolution points are what we use to pay in order to evolve followers, but only the second player has it. It is a +1 play point advantage. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Play points are what's needed to play cards. Alright, so let's just draw 4. Our opponent has a terrible hand. He's going to draw another 4. And we will follow suit. We'll draw 4. Our hand isn't horrible, but we didn't get any of our key cards. Remember, like say we need 1 finisher or 1 control. So we'll throw this hand away. And yes, we got the very strong card. So this hand is good. Although we do not have a 1 cost, that's fine. Our opponent goes first. He's going to play that card. The card will place a bet here and place a bet into the X area. Now, this X area is... You can consider X area as a second hand. You can only have 5 cards in the X area and they are visible to everyone. Cards in the X area can be played as normal, as if it's from your hand, but it's not. So your opponent's turn 1 is done. He is going to end turn. It will be your turn. Second player gets to draw a card, first player doesn't. We don't have a card to play, so we just say end turn. Now it is his next turn. He's going to play a card. He is going to play this card, and this card means he can grab a card. And then he's going to turn this card into a bat. That's fine, that's what a card does. That card will turn a card into, turn itself into a bat, I mean. He's going to pick this card and he's going to bottom deck the rest. And then since this card was played earlier, he can now attack. So basically summoning sickness, 1 turn, they can attack you. So he attacks, you take 1 damage. Now it is your turn. Turn 2. You will draw. Remember the very useful card I said? We'll play him. Now, since the top left says 2, we need to spend 2 play points to play that. So we're not 0. And then it says E, and then there's a circle 1. So that represents 1 play point. We do not have a play point, so we cannot evolve it. However, we do have evolution points. So we can use up 1 evolution point in order to evolve her, which we'll do. We'll follow the instructions. We say look at the top 4. And then we'll select 1 to play. Now, this is useful. However, the reason why we're not going to pick this is because your opponent will probably be able to kill it off very easily using a spell, since she only has 1 health. So we'll pick this Fairy Dragon instead. And then we'll bottom deck the rest. Now, this goes into the X area. And then since she says you can play for free, so we just play for free. Now this card says what? What means you can tap it at any time during your turn. What does is your enemy must attack what followers before they can attack anything else. So that's why we are going to play this and you're going to say what? So basically it's a shield. Now this card was played this turn. Normally it cannot attack, however when we evolve it, it can attack enemy followers, which means we can attack this card. Now we can attack this card because it was flipped like this. If it's standing like this, we cannot attack it, so we cannot attack this card. We can attack this card, so we declare attack. This one attack this one. So to attack, kill off the 1 HP bat. HP bat dies. And your Chipper Skipper will have 1 HP left. So it'll be a 2-1. Now, damage obtained will not heal up. That's the end of the turn. Turn 3. Bat begin. He's going to draw. And then it's going to say this bat will attack. The only valid target is this one. So this one will take 1 damage. It's a 0-3. And then he's going to play Raven. Now Raven has ability where she will kill a bat to deal 4 damage. So she's going to kill this bat. She's going to engage this. And then she's going to deal 4 damage. Now she's going to deal 4 damage to this. Now imagine if you pick Shadowverse Skipper the last turn, they'll previously die due to this. So he's going to do that. And then he's going to draw. He got 1 play point left. He's going to play this. Yes, that's what he's going to do. Turn 3, it is our turn. We'll draw. Let me finish Bat's turn first, sorry. 3 cards. He's going to pick this. Going to put rest. Done. It is turn 3. This card stands up at the end of the turn. Our hand is very interesting. We really do not have much to go about. However, we do have this very powerful card. Lookout Elf. It says, oh, the orange F stands for fanfare. Fanfare means when you play this card, you do this. So we're going to play this card and then we're going to take a look at the top card of our deck. 3 costs. Look at the top card. Is it useful? Oh, it is useful. This is a very strong card I told you about. So we're going to leave it at the top of our deck. Next, it has a E and a 1. We are out of play points, so we use our evolution point to evolve it. Oh, sorry. Evolve it. And on evolve, it says summon 2 fairy tokens. So we'll do that right now. So since these 2 fairy tokens were just placed on the field, they cannot attack. Normally, Lookout Elf also cannot attack, however, since we evolve it, he can attack. So this attack will attack this. So this one dies. Now, earlier, I apologize, it says fanfare to place 2 fairy tokens on the field, so we do that here. And this one will attack your leader, but it has 0 attack, so it does no damage. It is our bat's turn, turn 4. He's going to play this card. He's going to draw a card, throw a card away, thanks to his evolution form. And then, because Vania allows you to play best of 3, he's going to do that. He's going to heal 2, thanks to his ability. He's going to attack Fairy Dragon. Your 4 attack to 3 health, Fairy Dragon is dead. Oh, notice Fairy Dragon has a L there. So L means last words. When it's put to the symmetry, then you do this. So it says to put 1 fairy and 1 fairy whips. Where is the fairy whips? Here it is. So the difference between fairy and fairy whips is fairy, you need to pay 1 play point to play it, but fairy whips is free. So that is a very strong card. And his turn is over. It is our turn. We will draw. Let's see. So we got a very strong card. However, there is a play we can do. We have this spell card here. Now this spell card says our pixies, which is this fairy, including the fairy whips we played, but it's currently in our second hand, so we don't do anything there. it will deal 3 damage to an enemy follower and 1 to his leader. So we can do this, which is very interesting. Now you might want to consider playing both corrosive taunts, and then you can deal 6 damage. However, that is not how this card works. Basically, it means you can only do this once. So basically, you cannot stack the ability together. Now we have a very interesting card here, which is Flower of Fairies, which is, I believe, what we're going to do. Alright, let's just do this Flower of Fairies then. We can play Shiver Skipper and evolve it, and then we play Corrosive Taunts, or we can just Flower Fairies and then Corrosive Taunts. Either is fine. Alright, just to show you more cards, I'm going to play this. I'm going to evolve for using my evolution point. I'm going to look at the top 4. Select 2-cost card. We do not see a 2-cost card. So since we do not see a 2-cost card, we pick none of them. How unfortunate. Very unfortunate. This is rare, but I guess it happens. So we just bottom deck the rest. And now we got 2 costs left to play. We'll play Corrosive Taunts. Wait, no, not yet. We'll move 1 Fairy Whips up, and then we'll play Corrosive Taunts. So now we'll tap this to deal 3 damage to Vania and 1 damage to enemy leader. We'll tap this to deal 3 damage to Vania again, killing her, and 1 damage to enemy leader. So this Vania is gone. We'll tap this to deal 3 damage to Forest Bat and 1 damage to enemy leader. After all, if you just attack enemy leader, there's still 1 damage anyway. And since this was played last turn, on this new turn, we can attack the face. So it goes down to 15. Yes. And that's the end of your turn. Enemy's turn, he's going to draw. He is going to turn this into a bat. He is going to play this card for 2 costs. It is now a 4/4. Because this is what Vania does. Well, this version Vania. He's going to attack your face for 1. And then he's going to spend his remaining 2 play points to kill these 2 cards off. Because that's what Vania does. Very strong card, Vania. So this is now dead. And this is also dead. And you take 2. And it is our turn. Turn 5, we'll draw. Now remember what I said, that turn 6 is our explosive turn. So we would like to try and do that. We have a few things we can consider. We can consider Flower Fairies in order to put 1 whips, or we can consider Spirit Shine, which is a +2/+2 buff. In this situation, it is a pretty hard call to make, but I believe we should go for maximum damage using our spell cards. Alright, let me move this around. We'll spend 3 play points to play this card, Fairy Assault, which summons 2 fairies and deal to the enemy leader number tokens. So we have 5 here, he'll take 5 damage. He's down to 10. And then we'll play Corrosive Taunts, allowing our fairies to deal damage straight to the enemy foot. So we'll do this. 3 damage, 3 damage. This Vania is dead. And the enemy leader takes 2 more damage, and then this will go face, face, face. And it's down to 5. Now, next turn, draw. Now, just imagine that the enemy player here clears the board. By the hell, he spends everything to do so. So he's stuck like this. So it's your turn 6. Your turn 6, you'll draw. You'll play Flower Fairies, 2 costs. It says put a Fairy Whips. Where is the Whips? Here we go. And then we can play Spirit Shine. We say we choose to buff a fairy. So it says you can pick a token in your X area. We'll turn this into a 3/3. And your enemy cannot do anything to that. You spend 1 for that. And then we'll play Fairy Assault, because, yeah, what else can we do? We got 3 play points here, right? So we'll spell 2 fairies and deal 2 damage. He's down to 3. Now, let's imagine your enemy plays, he kills this off, he deals 8 damage to you. It's possible. It's fine. Turn 7 is our turn. We will play Cynthia. Cynthia is our finisher. So what Cynthia does is she will place first a fairy wave into your X area. And then all the token cards gain Storm. Storm means you can hit face. So we'll play this, that's free. And 1 play point, we'll move this fairy up. So that's 0 play points left. And we can also use this. Bury means to destroy. So we'll destroy this card and summon another 1/1 fairy. So now that these guys have Storm, remember this says when the pixie token is put in the field, give it 2 more attack. This is 5 attack. This is 3 attack. This is 3 attack. And this is also 3 attack. So you will go face for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is 14 damage to the enemy face on turn 7. So very simple, very strong, as you can see. Like I repeat, this is a good card. This is your finisher. This is a very valuable card. And this is a control card. Now you also have a second control card. Things you haven't seen in this game, I'll show it to you now. It is Christina Lily, the card which I'm paying you to in order to get the very nice art from. So we'll see his fanfare. It says, look at the top 2. We'll look at the top 2. And if it's Fairy Dragon, we can pick it. So we do not get Fairy Dragon. The only valid target for this fanfare that I can put into your hand is Fairy Dragon, which is this card. So I can say it's a pixie card. However, why is she good? She is good on turn 3 onwards, if you have Evolve point. So it says Evolve 2 costs instead of 1. In order to pay this off, you can only pay off using 1 evolution point. So we can pay off, let's say I use 1 evolution point and 1 play point. So I go down to 0. Or say I have 4 play points. And this card is in our hand. We'll play it. And then say I use 2 play points to evolve it. What she does on evolve is she'll take an enemy follower on the field and put it at the bottom of the owner's deck. So it is very, very strong. Now, other cards in the deck, we have this guy. This guy is Banish, or rather, yep, Banish, a pixie token in X area, which you'll doubtless have many. And look at top 4 cards. So he's basically a top 4 card search. Oops. Very useful card. We can see what I'm gonna get. You want big Fire Dragon, Chipper Skipper. Chipper Skipper very useful. Crossy Thorn is very useful. Everything here is useful, actually. And lastly, a card you haven't seen is... let's see, where is she? Ah, here she is, Paula. So, there are 2 versions of Paula. Oops, not flip. Switch sides. We have this green version and we have this red version. You can evolve it to either version. However, usually what we want to do is we want to pick Polar Gentle Bomb. So we can select a spell and put it into our hand. Useful. What about the red version? Red version is more aggressive. You can select 2 cards on your field and put it into the X area or second open hand. It's okay. I mean, we don't have a lot of fanfare cards, so normally we'll put 0 cards into our X area. However, it says when this card attacks, or if this card is the 3rd card played or later, you can select enemy follower and field and deal 3 damage. You don't have to worry too much. Normally, what we want to do is we always want to evolve into this green version. to select spell. However, I do have this just in case. I mean, it's the same card actually. You can just flip it around to show either green or to show red. Okay, that's Fairy Forest in a nutshell. Hope that's simple enough.